back to C1 Novel and Vocab Week 22. Thank you for joining me, and let's get started. So hi, my name is Miss Kimberly, and the goal of our session is to have students understand each word in our vocabulary workbook and be cognizant of some phrases from the novel that may be difficult for us to understand. So I'll be here as your guide to help you through it all. First, we're gonna go over today's agenda, which has 1. Week 22 vocabulary. We're gonna go through all of the vocabulary words. And then 2, we're gonna go over extra example sentences. 3, in the next video, you'll go over difficult phrases from the novel. And 4, you'll have to review and self-study. But why are we doing this, Miss Kimberly? First, we're gonna go over week 22 vocabulary, and this is for vocabulary acquisition. We're going ahead and building upon our vocab bank in our brains. By learning the definition, synonym, and antonym of a word, this can significantly improve reading comprehension and enhance our contextual usage. Next, we'll go over extra example sentences, and this is to help with writing variation. By looking at a variety of different example sentences with one specific vocabulary word, students can learn how to use the word in different sentence structures. So, go ahead and please go get your vocabulary workbook and turn to week 22, and we'll get started with number 1. Everyone repeat after me and say, encourage. Encourage. The synonym is support, and the antonym is discourage. It is a verb, and it means to give someone hope or support. So we're trying to help them. We're trying to give them a little push, a little oomph, if you can say. In our TED Talks, it said, our teacher always encourages us to do our best. Very good. So the teacher's role there is not to just to teach you, but to make sure and give you some support to make sure that you're doing your best. Example, let's read together. 3, 2, 1. My best friend always encourages me to never give up on my dreams. So yes, this friend is an awesome friend. Look at the picture. They're giving a high five. And they're saying, don't give up, you can do it. Let's read here. It says, her parents always encourage her to try new things and not be afraid of making mistakes. Very good. So here we're saying, don't worry, you can make a mistake. Go ahead and try new things. You will then find out what you're interested in then. Next one, it says, reading stories about heroes can encourage children to be brave and kind. So here, all of the different stories that we're reading in our novel books or textbooks, there are heroes that can encourage us and push us and support us to be brave and kind children. Everyone say encourage. Number 2, our word is rate. Everyone say rate. The synonym is to give a score. It is a verb, and it means to judge or evaluate someone or something. And in the book it says, in the research study, people were asked to taste 5 kinds of yogurt and rate them from 1 to 5. So you give one yogurt 1, meaning it tasted really bad, and one yogurt a 5, which means it was the best out of all of them. Next, let's read the examples together. Ready? The judges rated each contestant after they sang their songs. So they give them a score, like, oh, that person hit the high note, they were so good, give them a higher score. Or, oh, that person forgot the lyrics, so they'll give them a lower score. Next here, it says, the teacher will rate the students' science project based on creativity, accuracy, and presentation, which is like their delivery. Maybe you guys remember this from your science projects from last year in 2nd grade if you were at M.I, you had to do a little presentation at the end where the teacher probably rated you and scored you. Next one, it says, customers were asked to rate their experience at the restaurant by filling out a survey. So they can say, oh, the taste was a 10 out of 10, the service was a 10 out of 10, and the atmosphere was a 10 out of 10. You're giving them a score. Next one, number 3, the word is involved in. Everyone say involved in. The antonym here is unrelated. And it is an adjective which means connected with or part of something. So let's look at this one here. In the book it says, Manuel is always busy because he is involved in many social, volunteer, and athletic activities. He is involved in, he's connected with this one and that one and this one and that one. He's involved in a lot of different things. Let's read the example together. They are involved in volunteering groups that pick up trash on the weekends. So here they are involved and they're connected. They are part of this group and they're able to clean up the environment by picking up the trash. Let's look here. He got involved in the debate club to improve his public speaking skills. So here he was going out debating so that he could be a better presenter and better speaker, which I believe you guys should do too sometime. Next one, it says, my mom said that students who are involved in extracurricular activities often do better academically. So extracurricular activities here is like soccer or violin or maybe some kind of leadership or volunteering. People who are involved, who are connected to that, show signs of doing better academically in school. That's what this mom said. Next one, number 4. Everyone say fascinating. Fascinating. The synonym is engaging and the antonym is uninteresting. It's an adjective and it means extremely interesting. You're like, oh, wow, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, wow. In the book it says, I read a fascinating article about the Trans-Siberian Railway. So they just read an article and it's so cool. Example, let's read together. Nature shows are fascinating because we can see how animals live in the wild. So they're saying, wow, we can actually see how the animals are living in the wild by watching these documentaries and nature shows. And so Kira says, the book was so fascinating that she stayed up all night reading it. Have you ever done that before? When you were so fascinated in a book and that you just couldn't stop reading? I did one time, but I ended up sleeping later. Next one, it says, she found the documentary about marine life absolutely fascinating and wanted to become a marine biologist. Meaning, so she was so interested in the sea life and sea animals that later she wanted to become a marine biologist, a scientist. Good, now we're done with the TED Talks words. Let's go into our novel words. Everyone say sensation. Sensation, the synonym is a feeling and the part of speech is a noun. The definition says a physical feeling resulting from something that happens to or comes into contact with the body. So something that will start happening. In the book it says, when he finally finished crying, he had the strangest sensation. I mean, he has some kind of feeling within him that was happening. Let's read the example. Ready? If you feel a burning sensation and your face turns red, stop using the cream. So here, if it starts feeling like it's burning, that sensation, that burning sensation, you should stop. Definitely. And probably go to the hospital. Let's go here. It says the warm sensation of the sun on her skin made her feel happy and relaxed. So when we are going on a picnic and we're laying on the ground with just the sun rays on us, we're like, oh, this is so great. I wish I could do that right now. Next one, it says, after the long hike, the cool water provided a soothing sensation to his tired feet. So after the long hike, you're like dunking your feet into cold water and you're like, it feels so good. Because your feet are probably aching and hot because of hiking all along. Number 6, everyone say manufacture. Manufacture. The synonym is produce and the part of speech is a verb and it means to make by hand or machinery. In the book it says, it was there that my great-grandfather manufactured the litmus lozenge. So here, this is where they made the candy. Example, let's read together. The factory no longer manufactures these old types of cars anymore. So no longer does this factory make this type of car. Manufacture meaning to make. Some kind of machinery. Next line, it says the process to manufacture chocolate involves many difficult steps. So here it is not a machinery, but here we're trying to make something, which is the chocolate. It has many different steps that we need to take. Next one. It says the factory will manufacture thousands of toys each day to meet the holiday demand. So here they have to hurry up and make a lot of toys in order to sell it for all of the children for Christmas. Number 7, everyone say sorrow. Sorrow. The synonym is sadness, but the antonym is happiness. It is a noun and it means a feeling of great sadness or regret. In the book it said sorrow, Miss Franny said. This is when she, I believe, was asked about what feeling that she was getting from the candy. Next example, let's read together. 3, 2, 1. She was filled with sorrow after losing her precious necklace. She's like, oh, I lost my necklace. Where is it? Oh no. Meaning she got really sad. Let's look here. It says, despite the sorrow, she found strength in the support of her friends and family. So even though she was really sad, the support that her friends and family gave her, she was able to get some strength and just keep on going. The next letter says she felt deep sorrow when her pet fish passed away. So maybe I had a pet fish named Goldie for 2 weeks and all of a sudden it got sick and it passed away. You're like, filled with sadness and sorrow. Number 8, our word is peculiar. Everyone say peculiar. The synonym is unusual and the antonym is ordinary. It's an adjective, means strange or odd. In the book it says it has a peculiar flavor. Tasting the litmus lozenge. Example, let's read together. My aunt is a peculiar woman who always wears mismatched socks. So her aunt would always, or his aunt would always wear maybe one striped socks and one polka dot socks, or one black sock and one pink sock. Who knows? Meaning it's kind of strange or odd, because usually people wear the same type of socks. Here it says the peculiar shape of the tree made it look like something from a fairy tale. I know in like different fairy tale books that you see different types of trees that are really big or twisty and windy. Peculiar shape. It's not just a regular tree. Next line, it says the peculiar taste of the new dish intrigued her, which means it interested her, and she wanted to try more. So she's like, I want to try some more of this food. Number 9, another sad word. Everyone say melancholy. Melancholy. The synonym is gloom, and the opposite antonym is joy. It is a noun and it means sadness that lasts for a long period of time, often without any obvious reason. So it's just, you're really sad, but you don't know why. You're just sad. In the book it says, it almost tastes a little melancholy, he said. Meaning, he also felt sorrow when he was eating the candy. Example, let's read together. 3, 2, 1. He feels melancholy because all his friends moved away. Very good, very sad. Because all his friends moved and he's still at that neighborhood by himself with no friends. Let's look here. The rainy days often brought a feeling of melancholy due to the lack of sunshine. So yes, these days we're in our rainy period in Busan and it's kind of melancholy because there's no sunshine. It's just always rainy and gloomy. Next one, it says, the melancholy in his voice made it clear he missed his parents who lived in America. So you can tell he was, hello, Hi. So you can tell the melancholy in his voice. He was very sad in the way that he was talking. Let's go to page 186, and our word is idle. Everyone say idle. The synonym is useless and is an adjective meaning not working or being used. In the book it says, other people's tragedies should not be the subject of idle conversation. Meaning idle conversation here just means useless conversation. Conversation without an actual main point. Here, example 3, 2, 1. I hate being idle because I want to be useful around the house. So as you can see this person in the picture, he's being very idle. He's just laying down on the sofa, not doing anything, even with his arm like that. Here, it says the car sat idle in the parking lot, unused for months after it broke down. So maybe there's a car, it broke down, it's in your parking lot at your house, and it's just not moving. It's idle. No one's using it. Next one, it says the phone was idle with no calls or messages coming in all day. That means there's no text messages, no one calling, it's just sitting there. It's not ringing. It's idle. Number 11, everyone say punch. Punch. And it's not like punch, 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 punch. It's not this type of punch at all. No. It's a different type of punch. And it's in the picture above. It's a noun. It's a cold or hot drink made by mixing fruit juices and pieces of fruit. Usually it's a cold drink. And in the book it said, we also made punch. But let's look at the longer sentence here in the example that we're going to read together. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Everyone drink at least 2 cups of the fruit punch I made for the picnic. So fruit punch, there's so many different types of flavors that you can make by yourself. You can have mango punch, strawberry punch, anything. Let's look here. It says the guests enjoyed a refreshing bowl of fruit punch on the hot summer day. So usually, yes, with your friends in America, we can make punch, and then when it's hot, we can put a lot of ice in it and enjoy it and become refreshed. Next one, it says, she added some berries to the punch for extra flavor and color. Yes, if you look at the top picture above, you can see there's different types of fruit also in there. It makes it a little bit prettier. Punch. Number 12, everyone say desperately. Desperately. It means extremely. It's an adverb and it means very much. And let's read where it comes from in our text. In the story it says, and I wished desperately that I knew where my mama was so she could come to the party too. Meaning she wished really hard. She wished extremely hard. Next one, example, us reading together, 3, 2, 1. The teacher desperately hoped that her students would behave in class. Oh my. I'm sure this example sentence, that means that class is full of students who are not being serious in class. So she desperately hopes, please let my students be good today. But I don't have that problem with any of my students. All my students are super top-notch A+ students. Here, it says they were desperately searching for their lost dog all over the neighborhood. So the dog was lost. We're like, where are you? Come here, Fluffy. Where are you, Fluffy? And then they're desperately searching all day and all night long. Next one, it says he desperately wanted to win the game and practiced every day. So he really wanted to win whatever game it was. It could be soccer, basketball, maybe a chess game. And so he practiced every day because he really wanted to win. Number 13, our word is shimmery. Everyone say shimmery. The synonym is glistening, and it's an adjective which means shining softly. That's why I did this with my hands. Shining softly, shimmery. In the book it says she was wearing a pretty green dress that was all shiny and shimmery. So it wasn't just a regular plain green dress. It was shimmery and sparkly and so beautiful. Next, it says, the example, let's read together. 3, 2, 1. The beautiful lake was shimmering in the morning light. So as you can see in the picture above, when the sun is shining on the water, it's also glistening and shining so softly, and it is shimmering. Next here it says, the shimmery paint gave the room a magical glowing effect. So instead of just having a white room like I am right now, maybe they had a shimmery paint with sparkles. That would be very pretty. Next line, it says, the shimmery stars in the night sky fascinated him. So he's like, wow, there's so many cool, shimmery, bright stars. Wow. Shimmery. Number 14, everybody say sway. And move like this with me. Sway. Sway. It means to rock. And it's not a rock that we find outside. Here, this is a verb. And it means to move gently from side to side. That's why I'm swaying. So imagine you're on a rocking chair. You're rocking back and forth. You're swaying. In the book it says, even when she was standing still, she still kind of swayed like she was standing on a boat. Example, let's read together. 3, 2, 1. The strong winds swayed the trees, causing all the leaves to scatter. So it was, and all the leaves are falling off. Let's look here. It says she liked to sway to the music while she sang her favorite song. She's like, I don't know what song I'm singing. It's just a made-up song. But sway, meaning to little move back and forth. Next line, it says the old swing set began to sway with the weight of the children playing. So the swing set can go back and forth. It's going back and forth, swing. Good, we're already done with the novel words. Let's go to textbook words now. On page 187, the first word, number 15, is wrath. Everyone say wrath. The synonym is fury, and it is a noun, which means extreme anger. And in the book, it says, the wind's wrath whips through our tents as my heart skips and trips. So meaning the wind was so angry, the wind was going like this. So it's not just swaying, it's like, meaning anger. But this is personification because can the wind really be angry? No. Next line, example, let's read together. My older sister was filled with wrath when she found out I read her diary. We should not be reading someone else's private diary. So of course the sister would be super angry. Filled with wrath and extreme anger. Let's look here. It says the hero faced the wrath of the dragon when he entered the cave. So the dragon's really angry and the hero's like, here, I'm here to fight you, dragon. Ow, I hit my elbow. Next line. It says she saw the wrath in his eyes and knew he was very upset. It's like the wrath, to see wrath in someone's eyes. Number 16, everyone say erosion. Erosion. The synonym is a long word, but follow along with me and say deterioration. Good. It's a noun, and the definition says the gradual destruction of something. So it's kind of falling apart. In the book it says, spires and buds standing like sentries on the plateau, worn down by weathering and erosion. Meaning, because of all the time that's passing by, it's eroding, which causes erosion, which is the destruction of something. It's slowly fading and breaking apart. For example, let's read the example together. 3, 2, 1. Drinking too much soda can cause painful teeth erosion. Meaning your teeth is like this, right? And when it erodes, the layer comes off, and then the next layer comes off, and then the next layer comes off, and your teeth get really rotten. Let's look here. It says wind and rain contributed to the erosion of the ancient rock formation. So like I just showed you, if a rock is like this, and wind and rain, it kept breaking it down. Maybe went like this, and it got smaller and smaller. The next one, it says the road was damaged due to the erosion from the recent flood. All this water and impact made the road damaged, and it started to erode. causing erosion, which is a noun. 17, everyone say partial. Partial, and it means biased, which is an adjective which is to prefer something more than another. Meaning you're wanting something else a little bit more. It says, I am right partial to the name Rose. Meaning, I like the name Rose. This is from our Thunder Rose book, right? Because right now, I believe textbook is a combined of all of the different. Or is it just all Thunder Rose? It's all Thunder Rose, I think. I'm so sorry. So I am right partial to the name Rose. Meaning, I like that name. Let's read the example together. Mom made pasta for dinner because she knew that Nicholas was partial to it, meaning he liked pasta more than he liked rice. Partial, to like something. Here it says, she was partial to chocolate ice cream over vanilla. Chocolate, vanilla. Chocolate or vanilla, which one are you partial to? I am partial to chocolate. Next one, it says, he was partial to early morning walks because of the fresh air. So he's like, time for my morning walk. I love morning walks more than night walks because the fresh air in the morning. Partial, to like something more. Next one, 18, everyone say ornery. Ornery. It is, the synonym is stubborn and the antonym is friendly. So it is an adjective and it means grumpy and hard to please. Grumpy person. In the book it says, Rose woke up hungry as a bear in spring, but not the least bit ornery. So even though she was super hungry, she wasn't ornery. Let's read the example together. 3, 2, 1. The ornery old woman is always treating everyone around her very rudely. So she's very grumpy all the time. She's not a very nice old woman. Yikes. Stay away. Next one, it says, the ornery cat hissed at anyone who tried to pet it. So you're like, oh, cute little kitty. And they're like, meaning it was a very grumpy cat. Don't touch. The next one, it says, the ornery customer complained about every little thing in the restaurant. Meaning, hey, my food is cold, or oh, this food is salty, or oh, why is my drink so warm? Always grumpy and complaining about everything. Stay away from that person too. Number 19, let's go to page 188. Our speech words, it is influence. Everyone say influence. And the synonym is affect. It is a verb which means to affect or change how someone or something develops, behaves, or thinks. So here you're influencing how the person will change and how they are thinking about something. Example, let's read together. 3, 2, 1. Celebrities influence young adults through social media and online videos. Yes, there's a lot of celebrities who are like, oh, eat this new cookie. It's the best cookie ever. And then everyone gets influenced and then everyone goes to buy that cookie and everyone buys it and they're like, wow, it's so yummy. Influence, to have an effect on someone. Here, it says the teacher's enthusiasm influenced the students to love reading. So say that the teacher really loves reading and always encourages students to read it, which in the end, she influenced them to change their idea of reading, and all of the students are like, oh, I love reading too. Next one, it says he wanted to influence his friends to make healthier choices. So say that you have a friend who only eats donuts, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're like, oh, that's not good for his health. I need to help him make better decisions. So he wanted to influence him, make a change on how they think or how they behave. Next one and last one. Number 20, our word is infrastructure. Everyone say infrastructure. It is a noun and it is the basic equipment and structure, such as roads or bridges, that are needed for a country or region. So example, let's read together. 3, 2, 1. Third world countries lack infrastructure because they are still developing. So if you were to go into a poor country, they don't have roads like we do, but maybe they'll have like a dirt paved road instead. That means they have a lack of infrastructure. Here, it says the city invested in new infrastructure to improve transportation. So maybe they wanted to make the road a bit wider so that there's better infrastructure for transportation for people to ride their cars. Next, it says updating the infrastructure was necessary to support the city's growing population. So, again, building more roads or building more bridges to help everyone who is living there. And we are done. We're so sad whenever I finish the video because that means we're done. So now I would like you to review and self-study. And I know this is what you're looking for. Our mission will be in the next video. So make sure you watch the next video because it's quite short and look out for the mission there. So again, now it is time for you to review and self-study. And this is for contextual mastery, to become masters of vocabulary. So review all the words again. Read it out loud, please. And complete the vocabulary homework pages from page 189 to 190. And also make sure that you're writing and copying the sentences in the white box under the words for our vocab. And that is all for me today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!